Hi, this is Lee from the Law School Toolbox. Today, we're thrilled to have with us Dean Jackie Gardina of the Colleges of Law in Santa Barbara and Ventura. Dean Gardina is a visionary in legal education dedicated to making it more accessible and affordable through innovative teaching and learning models. She's also deeply involved in shaping the future of legal licensing in California. Dean Gardina, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited to be here.
All right. So we've got the NextGen out there. And in your perspective and the committees and the studies you've been a part of, do you think the NextGen is moving in the right direction? Are we moving towards something that may be a better test of what it means to be competent?
So I was on the Blue Room Commission for the Future of the California Bar Exam, and we did have NCBE presentations on what they thought the NextGen was going to look like, but there wasn't enough information for the committee to feel confident that it could say, yes, we should go with NextGen. And I think there was also some backlash about COVID and NCBE's unwillingness to allow for remote exam options and being kind of tied to the NCBE's rules around even having the bar exam more frequently or whatever the case may be. So I think there was a desire for a little bit more freedom. I could see after the NextGen's been out there for a little bit for schools or states to take a second look at it and say, how's it working? How's it going? I think what both the Cal bar exam recommendation and NextGen are trying to do is incorporate skills a little bit more effectively into the bar exam. I think one of the things that has been missing is its memorization of a large number of rules, many of which you'll forget the moment you leave the bar exam and are not relevant to you in any way. Some of them aren't even good law in the state in which you're going to be practicing. So it felt unnecessary in terms of the memorization and the amount of topics that were being tested. Did they need to be tested in all this? And that goes back to that question of, well, what does a new attorney need to do and know? And so it is trying to use the job analysis study to actually be reflected in the test itself. So I do think it's a step forward. Whether or not it can effectively test skills, I think is something that is, they've been working on it for 5 years. So I think they probably had lots of time to think and develop those kinds of things. But I think that's the big question. We know that legal research is one of the primary skills that attorneys need. It comes out in so many different studies, but it's not something that can be easily tested in a timed environment with a closed computer.
No.
So,
I mean, the performance test does it like a little bit, but it's not the same as making judgment calls, because I think that's one of the things that it's good. It's so difficult to ask. It's not, can I find the cases, but how do I know if it's good law? Or how do I know if I found the most recent case?
Right.
Or is this the best precedent? Or, I think there are those questions, and how do you test that in a closed universe? That's very tricky.
Yeah. And I think the drafting piece is also tricky, just because drafting a 90-minute answer doesn't necessarily reflect the realities of the kind of research and editing and changes that take place in the practice environment. But I'll be curious to see. They're doing their practice tests around the country coming up. So they'll get some information from that, and I'm sure they'll make some changes before July 2026.
Okay, but wait a minute. So they're like testing these tests before they get them out? They're like a multiple rounds, not just one a few like weeks before the bar?
They're kind of crazy that way.
That is really crazy. It's almost like they have a plan. And they're implementing a plan. Not that everything has happened on time with the NCBE, because they have promised full exams and things that have not come out yet. So, however, they have at least been working on it for years, and they are making progress. And I do know people who have sat for those practice tests and can verify that they are giving practice tests. So we have seen it. If you enjoyed this video, please take a second to give us a like and leave a comment. And be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future content. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via the contact form at lawschooltoolbox.com.